And there we go. It's time again for a very, very late game of the JDL. It just popped up a couple hours ago and I just said like, yeah, sure, why not? Unfortunately, no American casters here of HeflaTV online. They're all still in the TI depression or having exams or are on vacation. That means good old Heflamog has to stay awake for a long, long time. It's 4 AM here, CET. Doesn't really matter. We go in the game, and well, without a co-caster, at least for game number 1. For game number 2, I'm pretty sure I get a co-caster up, and yep, till then I hope you don't get too bored. The game is just tickered on JD, but I still hope a couple people actually find it here. And I think I don't understand Spanish, but I guess you're asking for a ticket. The ticket of the JDL 3 is not up yet, which means you have to wait. I think it's gonna be up within the next 2 or 3 days. It depends on Volvo. Volvo is the one who is like really slow when it comes to implementing new tickets and everything. So, well, either way, we have the new Starcom versus No Fear Dota. That means US, America versus Peru. The upper team here, that is Peru, and No Fear, that's the US team. So it's, I don't know, yesterday we had a game where a lot of ping issues were there, and I don't know, like, let's see how this goes. This one is actually on US East, and therefore it should be at least fine for the US team, unless I don't know, they're really from West. That's the funny part about American internet or American servers. Like sometimes even US West people have problems like playing on US East. Either way, we have to look into the game. The first bun stage is through, and we have the Death Prophet out, the Razor out as well. So they go pretty much along the TI meta, and on the other side, it's not much surprise either. It's like the Doom being banned out and the Lycan. Like, I mean, I really wait for the day till we finally see a Lycan again on the TI. We just saw like 1, 2, 3 maximum, 3 I think. And the Doom, I don't know, he's getting really, really popular with the, I don't know, the Doom as a first ban. I don't really understand it. It's a very strong hero, but then again, at least in the past, like start of 6.81 and before that 6.8, we had the Doom only picked when you had like really crucial heroes that must not get doomed, like Storm, Ember Spirit, etc. But now he's sort of evolved into like really first ban material. It's sort of adapted from the Chinese scene, but let's see where it goes. I think there's better bans possible, but yeah, we have a Shadow Demon and a Venomancer out on No Fear Dota. That means with the Venomancer we already have some push potential, and the Shadow Demon means we have at least some roaming gank potential, but there is kinda something missing. Like, we don't have a Leshrac, we don't have a Mirana, and that might be actually the pick or bans of New Starcom after they decide what they get here for their second one. Tidehunter is already up, which means that's our candidate for the offline. And of course, yeah, what else to say about Tidehunter? It's a nasty little sea creature, or a rather big sea creature, with an awesome ultimate for the team fights, and yeah, he can definitely hold himself properly in the offline just by anchor smashing his way through. But let's see. Actually curious in what position that Venomancer is going to be played, because we saw a lot of attempts having safe lane Venomancers, getting a lot of farm, getting those level 3 and 4 play quotes up really, really fast and siege the towers down. There's also a Rasta who could still be picked. And of course the Jakiro is also nice, what New Starcom just picked up. So we have some disable. We have the liquid fire now for the siege on buildings as well, which is pretty nice. But yeah, the consequence out of a Shadow Demon pick comes right after. There we have it. Mirana is getting banned, and they banned the Void on the other side, so no Chrono, which is kind of refreshing because I'm not a huge fan of Chronos anyway. But yeah, Brewmaster, the Cancer Panda getting banned as well. So this is actually already an interesting game, because like with those starter picks, they have a lot of heroes like banned out now after the second ban stage that are so often picked. So I really enjoy this. Tinker getting banned out by No Fear, sure. So no counter push as such, no much of the machines they have to deal with, and that means okay, Ember Spirit. That's probably our candidate for the mid. Needs quite some farm though, but let's see. I'm really curious what New Star is gonna put against the Ember. song name. I have to actually look up what I played the last. Someone is asking in the chat. I think it was Kirsten Berry, Ordinary Life, or Veronica's Untouched, Bryzone remix. Either one of those two is what I played before it started. But guys, this is a tournament game, therefore there is a 2 minutes delay, which means by the time you hear me answering, it might be already too late. Plus I have to count back 2 minutes what song you actually heard. Whoa, there's so much hate against Peru already. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Guys, chill. Either way, we have a Witch Dog pickup, which is quite interesting, because usually we don't see a Witch Dog being picked up without a Void, for example. Like, he needs quite some setup, but of course it adds another stun. That means we have now already the Ravage stun, we have the Ice Path, we have the Cask. But still, like, all of them are squishy heroes. Like, they might actually fall easy victim to Ember Spirit, and now a Centaur Warrior as well. Like, to be honest, I really miss... I don't know, for No Fear I could really imagine a Skywrath Mage being picked. So we have a Sant in the offlane, we have a Venomancer farming, Ember in the mid. I could definitely imagine this to happen, because they have a lot of magical damage, magical burst. We have the Ember Spirit, we have the Centaur with double edge, that all amplified by Seal, Shadow Demon on top of it, Venomancer of course. That's a lot of damage, also a lot of pulling on gank potential. Plus, New Star comes so far quite squishy heroes like Jakiro and Witch Dog. If they get caught out by Centaur or Ember, like on a higher level or with a huge level difference, like, it's not looking too good. But let's see what's coming out there. At least the Witch Dog, well, could be a healing source, even though yesterday we saw Witch Dog and he didn't play the Voodoo Restoration build, which means, yeah, he was only focusing on Maledict and Cask. Lifestealer is coming out. Okay, now it gets interesting. Like, after the TI, where Newbie, for example, brought the Lifestealer back into the meta, I really enjoy that, because Lifestealer before in 6.8, 6.81, I don't know, like when you remember 2013 or even the start of 2014, Lifestealer was so popular. But, I don't know, no traditional Infest Bomb here either, and No Fear makes sure there is no Infest Bomb, at least not in the form of a Storm Spirit mid plus a Lifestealer inside, which is always a nasty combination. And now they ban out Weaver, but yeah, No Fear, they didn't even want to go for that Weaver. That decision came so fast. Viper is coming up for No Fear. That means we have another tanky hero, and that pretty much settles it. So we have a Viper, we have double 8s pretty much, Venomancer and Viper. That is potentially a tri-lane with the Shadow Demon together. We have the Centaur in the offlane, Ember in the mid. That's how I imagine they're laning at the moment. And on the other side, I don't know, it's like Lifestealer with a Jakiro, Witch Dog, Titan the offlane, and now on the 5th pick we have our candidate for the mid. But what would be actually a good option? Like, I could imagine a Puck, but then again a Puck would also be so squishy. If a Puck gets caught out, may it be by Viper, Centaur, or even Ember Spirit, like with this very low HP pool, I don't know if that works. Then again, a Puck is an amazing Infest Bomb. Blink in there, we have Dreamcoil, we have Waning Rift, we have the Orb, that's a lot of magical burst, plus the Infest damage and whatever follows up. It's quite a sick combo actually, so let's see if they might go for a Puck, but I don't think so. And they got 12 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Necro! Jesus Christ. Little baby Jesus, this is amazing. This is amazing. Like, I'm a huge fan of Necro, and I'm really, really sad that we don't see Necro more often in Pro Dota. Now, obviously this is not Pro Dota as such. I mean, it is Division 2, so we talk about here Tier 3 and Tier 4 teams, but I definitely like it. The Necro as such has a hard time though, because, I don't know, the Viper, for example, is a candidate where it's really hard to get your ultimate through. The Ember Spirit, well, has some, I don't know, the Flame Guard has to be down. Centaur War on a Venomancer Shadow Demon. It is a very awesome hero, especially if you get the pickoffs and you really prolong their respawn time, or even with the Arcanum Scepter you prevent them from rebuying. It is, yeah, I definitely like it, and I'm really curious what build he's gonna go for, if he's gonna max the Heartstopper aura. So we see the first point already in there, so he's definitely gonna show some lane presence, and it really, really sucks if you lane all the time against the Heartstopper aura, I mean, there's one downside, of course, you're pushing the lane, but on the other side, you have, how can I say it, like really, that's nuisance, you have to eat through your tangos, but at the moment, the Necro is staying in the base while we have 4 men here already heading towards the enemy jungle, so we're gonna take this time fast to introduce them. Here on NCS, or NSC, that way around, we have Fremoval, I guess that's the right pronunciation, on the Witch Doctor. Then we have Mako Bext. Oh, those names are crazy. Then we have Glycer on the Chakiro. We have JoinDOTA on the Tidehunter. And last but not least here, we have, oh god, Zetsletk. Okay, I just call him Necrophos just for, I don't know, not offending the player how I pronounce his name. Either way, on the other side we have just Sniffit on the Ember Spirit. I love his name. We have IGDR on the Shadow Demon. Then, okay, Venomancer is being played by Venomancer because that name is just lulz. And in the mid we're gonna have Maple. A lot of Maple. So I don't know, maybe he's from Canada. Who knows? A lot of Maple. If there's gonna be a lot of maple syrup out of this Viper in the mid, or if he prevails on his lane, then we're gonna see that. And Bafa is playing on the Centaur Warner, and that's it pretty much. Now, let's see. There was a little standoff here around this rune, but the funny thing, in the end, both teams backed off, and now the Shadow Demon at least in position to deny it, but they don't want to lure anyone in there. Like, they're just sitting on this camp, even blocking it themselves, and now he just ate a tango for unknown reason, maybe to get closer there. But either way, the game starts. Looking at the wards, we have both wards here being planted pretty defensively, just checking out if there's anything coming from the side, which definitely helps the Tidehunter, of course, to stay in lane. And we have pretty much the same here on the other side. The ward actually in a quite interesting position, because this one does not block this camp, so therefore, like, it's still possible for the Centaur to leech some experience if they do it. But we have an invisible Shadow Demon in the mid. The Heartstopper aura, of course, is quite a nuisance, even to a Viper. But let's see. I mean, if the Viper gets some nice support and then the harass damage coming through, like, let's see. But you see, the Heartstopper aura is already working on those, and the new range on it is pretty sick. So all you have to do is really stay just in range, and yep, it's definitely fun. We have the Venomancer. Actually, he picked up Gale first, so he was really just interested in that slow. But on the other side, of course, we have Kraken Shell and the Anchor Smasher. Now he's even going for the Venomancer. Here and there some harass. The damage value is pretty high on Anchor Smash, plus it barely costs any mana, 30 mana here at the start, and he got enough regen to keep himself here on the lane. But Shadow Demon coming here from the side. I don't think they can kill him without some harass damage before, and not without the Poison Sting. The Poison Sting has to come out, but now with 3 people here, it's kind of hard. They need to ding level 2, but all 3 of them are soaking the XP, so it takes at least one more creep wave. Well, actually, no, it doesn't happen unless the Shadow Demon went out of experience range, so this might be... Nope, it's not enough. The next creep wave will be then the level 2 for the 2 supports, which means, yeah, they could go for the Titan, and let's see if that's actually happening. Yeah. And in the chat you're laughing as well about my pronunciation of the of the players, but seriously, you have to admit those names are nuts. Nobody can properly like pronounce those names. But yeah, Ember Spirit getting quite some harass damage here already from the Titan, that just with the level 2 Anchor Smash, and you can keep going. Like Anchor Smash, this one actually didn't hit, but still, like you see, the Titan is doing quite well for offlaner. He is 5-0 in 2.5 minutes. And of course the Trilon is sharing the XP. Now though we have the Shadow Demon pulling the side, which means there's a lot of XP delayed for the Titan. He's not rotating in the side, he wants to get his clarity through. Half the duration is there. Now he's hiding in the trees, so the Shadow Demon can't even interrupt it. But it's still a dangerous position, he has to be careful. Now the center, yep, that's exactly why the ward position, why I definitely like that ward position here up. Because, yeah, I mean, you have here vision, whatever comes, but you don't block the camp, which means he can leech that XP, which they just did, and that's pretty good. The center, okay-ish, level 3, almost level 3 in 3 minutes. That's pretty much what you ask from a offliner. Like, best case scenario is really that you just do a level per minute, and if you get here and there some CS when the lane reaches you, that's absolutely fine. But in comparison of the offlanes, they are not doing that good. Like 2 CS only on the offline for the Centaur, while the Tidehunter is doing much better, 5-0, but Oh, we have the first go here. The Gale actually hits. Now we have the chains, but still the Kraken Shell will pop at some point, but he does not run to his tower. He goes aggressively. I think that's a mistake because now, oh my god, the Flame Guard is actually gone. Now all the right clicks, he's circling around, but this is our first blood. This is our first blood. I think that was a huge mistake. He would have reached his tower, but he thought he can really go ballsy against the Shadow Demon and the Ember Spirit, but I don't know, that was kinda a bit too relying on the tankiness of a Titan Hunter. He has level 2 Kraken Shell, but still. So NFD is getting the first blood here in this game, and I really think the Titan Hunter could have made a better decision there just by going back to the tower, but he thought like, sure, I'm going YOLO. In the mid we have the Necroforce, both heroes actually bottle crawling, so the Viper doing quite okay-ish, is 13 and 9 in the CS, 9 and 4 on the Necro. The Necro now, he only has 1 point in Heartstopper Aura, so it's a bit harassed, but yeah, only 1 point, it's not too optimal. The Viper will at some point not care too much, but the Viper, interestingly, only 1 point in Corrosive Skin, so he's going full for the Nether Toxin, which of course increases his DPS as such, especially if he has some harass already on a target, plus his last hitting is much easier. But let's see where this goes. I don't know, I thought at least maybe he wants to go for a bit more Corrosive Skin, just because of course the Death Pulse. The Death Pulse is quite some damage. If he gets level 4 up, we have a almost 300 nuke, which you kinda avoid just by getting into Corrosive Skin. But let's see. Now at least the Centaur Warner has a chance to get some CS, unless he's missing them of course. The Ember Spirit, how is his farm? 22 and 5 in comparison to the Lifestealer, a bit behind, but the Lifestealer is doing quite fine. When it comes to experience, they're sort of equally sharing. Like the Lifestealer is, I don't know, level 4, the Jakiro pretty much all the time present in lane, which means he's the same level. The Witch Dog is the only one. Oh, now we have a go here on Waffa. There is, he's so far getting stunned. Now there's the Breath as well, but I don't know, when this rage ends, they have to be careful, because there's the stun. Oh, do they change the tower aggro? No, it's not. So in the end, it's a trade, and Titan is going down as well in the bottom lane. So nicely played actually by the center. He was well aware of the fact that he can't run that far away, so he was like, okay, Lifestealer, I'll take you with me if I die. And the Titan are dying the second time, so I don't know, he had a good start in his lane, but with that first blood, of course, the Ember Spirit definitely happy. He's almost level 6 in the mid. We have the Viper now being level 6, which means there is something the Necro definitely has to care about. Then again, with that haste run he just picked up, he should definitely get away, even if there's a Viper Strike coming up. Like Titan Hunter, he also did not stack Ancients, so he could have really used his time when the lane is pushed out to get to those Ancients, stack them. It's pretty interesting. Like we saw that on the TI as well, that some teams, they put the priority on, oh, see that damage in the mid, that is just Nether Toxin, level 4. Now he even uses his rune. At least they baited this one out, oh, and they still go here on the Centaur War. Now pretty much one hit is missing. Oh, but the Shadow Demon is coming in. There's the casket, and it's actually bouncing now. Oh, he's trying to right click the center, but in the end he's gonna get a lot of damage here though. But Voodoo Restoration level 2, it should keep him alive, but oh, there's another stack of the poison, but no, not enough. So nice rotation by the Shadow Demon. In the end the centaur survives, which is okay, but yeah, he still goes back because his self was actually interrupted. But it's a good chance for the Shadow Demon to pick up some XP here on that lane. Then again, he has to be really, really careful, because there is Necro coming in, and Necro has he doesn't have his ultimate, so they get this kill. But it's really interesting, like the Necro not skilling the Reaper's Scythe. That's okay. I've never ever seen this before. He was of course interested. I mean, I get it that he wanted the Death Pulse 4, but I don't know, even the level 1 is adding quite something. But I don't know, okay. We just have to accept the fact. I guess with level 8 he's gonna pick it up, and he's soon gonna be level 8. Also the timing on him is pretty nice what he does here. Now do we have a rotation in mid? There are actually 2 supports. They could get the Viper. The Viper doesn't have the mech finished. There's just a buckler recipe actually in there. They could bait them out, but there was a blink. Yeah, at the same time also the Titan Thunder is blinking. And yeah, Viper's rotating out taking a stack here in the mid. So we have a mech rush on the Viper. He is about 600 gold away, and oh, we have a go here on the Titan. He has Ravage if he wants to, but there is the Soul Catcher. Yeah, Kraken Shell just popped up, and no Ravage used. That's pretty interesting. So Stick Charge is used, everything, but he still has the poison on him. He's trying to TP out, but there are no chains, and the disruption doesn't get through. He actually managed to get into... Wait, are you kidding me? The disruption got through, but he was already in the base. Ice Frog. Ice Fraud! This is just sick. The disruption was actually under the fountain, so they cast it in the same time he disappeared. It shouldn't be possible. When a disruption is through, the TP shouldn't go through. I think that must have been the perfect timing. I have to download this replay to see. It should not be possible, but yeah. Let's just get over it. We're gonna swap to net worth. Let's see how it goes. And guys, could you not share random links in the chat, please? Either way, Tidehunter, he survived. He's doing quite fine, but I don't see where he's going to. That's the biggest problem at the moment. Who is doing the mech rush on the other side? That's the biggest problem I have at the moment. The Necro is not going for the rush. He's going for power threats, which is also pretty interesting because, I don't know, on a Necro, the face boots are pretty interesting just for the movement speed. Also, very interesting would be arcane boots. The movement speed is about the same, and your team definitely needs sustain, especially because they don't have arcanes. But Viper in the mid, he's doing so fine. Though against the Necro, the harass is coming out, and Death Pulse, it's pretty expensive, so he has to also be careful. The ultimate is now picked up here on level 8, and do we have a go top? Nope, they're just saying hello. The lifestealer now being 50 and 14. In net worth, he's just number 3 there. The Viper is definitely ahead, and also a tiny bit ahead is of course the Ember Spirit. He has of course the advantage having the first blood on the Titan, which makes his laning definitely easier. So there is a small XP and gold advantage for him in this lane, and I don't know, it's really sad that NSC doesn't make anything happening with their ultimate. Now we have chains here, but oh, Ember, you can't really go for a Tidehunter. Yeah, with the Anchor Smash you really have to be careful. It doesn't count as magic, it is physical, so therefore your Flame Guard doesn't really help you. Still, he actually went for 3 points in Flame Guard. He's gonna max it out before he's going into Sleight of Fist. I don't know if I agree with that, but sure, why not? In the end, he has to go back here into the base, but is there a Remnant? Did he leave a Remnant somewhere? No, he did not leave a Remnant, which means no, he won't be fast back, but I guess he's gonna TP top. I have the feeling they wanna go top. Then again, the Tidehunter, he has no TP, which is also pretty strange, because if there's something happening in mid or top, he can't really rotate fast in the end. Yeah, Ember Spirit, he is making the blinks now. They're scouting out here with the Plague Wards, and the Ember Spirit, so far they didn't see him, but then again, it's daytime, so he really has to be careful. When that creeps come, they definitely see him. I don't know, at the moment, it's just waste of time for the Ember, because they won't make anything happen here, especially not against the lifestealer with a level 3 rage, and therefore I don't know. Let's see. I mean, it's sort of a standoff. Like, we have almost no action, no attempts, no smokes, no nothing, coming for about 6 minutes now, even though they have everything it takes. So both teams, they really just don't want to risk it. Now the Titan actually rotated here top. The Ravage would still be available, like he didn't use it this game at all, and he's already level 8. But so that goes the same for the Viper Strike, for example. That was not even used as a harass, and now, yeah, it's really getting interesting. The Ember actually rotated out, but now we have the Viper being top, and Necro's rotating in. There's actually the slow here on Buffer. Oh, he's getting slowed, and the Necro ultimate is just used to hold him in place. The Macro Pyre is coming out, the Casket as well, so they stun him and everything, but it just remains a little standoff. Now the Tidehunter, he did not use his Ravage there, he didn't even come in, and yeah, it just remains, yeah, to be seen, like, who's going first with the ultimate. At least they used the Stampede to get fast out there. But the downside, of course, of this standoff is that, yeah, just sniff it here on the Ember. He's pushing mid, and now we have the rotation. Naix is actually coming in. And let's see, at least some right clicks coming in there, and he's forcing him to... oh, what was that? That was the shortest... okay, that was interesting. That was the shortest remnant of all times, but it at least helped him to then negate one hit. And the chains are coming out. Now the Necro could use his ultimate. Oh, but that was a hoof stomp attempt here on the Naix, but it's also gonna miss, so in the end, still no kills. It's pretty interesting, like, now they are rotated in mid, and we have the Venomancer actually being left top just to farm. But it's still, it's very interesting that nothing really leads to a kill, because both teams don't really want to commit. Like, the big ultimates not being used, the Ravage is still online. I don't know, I guess the Titanhunter wants to save it defensively, even though I think offensively used. Oh, maybe now we have to go here on the Shadow Demon. There's the Breath, he is, okay, self-disruption, for now at least. The Viper Strike on the Naix, he has no infast. Now they slow actually the Viper, so the Shadow Demon and the Viper getting out, and now comes the turnaround here. Then again, Viper also being slowed. Oh, but the poison attack on the Viper, and oh, what is... oh, there we go. The first Ravage is coming out, and at least it should be an easy kill on the Shadow Demon. The Viper is definitely getting out. This was also another... yep, another Stampede used by the Centaur. So it's pretty funny that both of them really use those ultimates most of the time defensively, but at least we saw the first time the Ravage here at 14 minutes. But in the meantime, we have the Venomancer farming. He got almost 2 levels out of this, but now we have to go. Oh my god, this Death Ward, so much damage. He's just getting his ultimate off, but it's a level 1 ultimate, so it's, I don't know, the effectiveness is very, very limited. So in the end, the tower remains, they farm up the last remaining wards, and they get the kill on the Venomancer, which is not too bad. So we are 50 minutes into the game. Ember Spirit now farming here. There's a Titanhunter rotation, and the Ember has to care a bit, of course. There is no Remnant. He doesn't place a defensive Remnant just in case there is some rotation, which is, I don't know, it's very risky, but then again, he's just wrapping around and going away. We looked the first time into crafts. When it comes to experience, it's pretty much a roller coaster all the way. Like 500 experience lead about now for NSC after they got the kill in mid. When it comes to gold, it's also pretty even. So 50 minutes in with a 3-4 here on a scoreboard, we can't really tell who has any advantage. I think when it comes to big ultimates, NSC still has, like at least on paper, my approval and a small advantage. But then again, they were really reluctant with the ultimates, and that's why I'm like, yeah. When it comes to farm and farm on the right heroes, like, I mean, they got the core items now. Like, we have the Viper with the mech. Now he's continuing, I guess, into Aghanim Scepter, because why not? It would be a nice game. It's nice against the Naix. It's nice against all those low HP targets, like the Witchdog, like the Jakiro. And also a perfect setup, so the Centaur gets actually in, or the Ember can chase. But whoa, we have in the mid a go on the Necro. That was with a double damage Ember Spirit, and they kill him so fast. That was the first time the Blink Dagger on the Centaur Warner that came out. I just wanted to point out that he got the Blink Dagger, but yeah, before I could do that, they already pointed it out. There is some harassing. Oh, there's actually a aggressive Ram. Now they go in, hit by the chains, but the Death Ward, again, the Death Ward is gonna get the kill here on the Ember. We have no Ravage yet. Oh, but the Centaur is going in, and perfectly so. He's getting at least 1 kill, but not enough for the second. Now he's gonna pay for it. The cask is gonna slow him. So in the end, we have still a nice trade, but they all go back in. Now a Ravage on all of them, but oh my god, they're held in place, and the Viper is just chipping them away. It's really, really bad. Also, the Witchdog bought back the casket, not coming out now. But it's not pouncing. That's a huge problem, of course. We have a Gale coming out. Also, the Necro is here, but nothing is really low for his ultimate. Maybe the Venomancer would be a candidate if he goes too aggressive. Actually, now there's the ultimate. Yeah, I was definitely waiting for it. They still get the Witchdog kill, which means the Witchdog is out for about 40 seconds because he just bought back. This was really expensive on NSC's side, and like we have 1 buyback for the Witchdog, or it was rather a dieback. The Ember Spirit, however, like, he at least survived after he spent his buyback, but then again, it's a buyback they got at least out. So a 2-kill advantage here at the moment for NFD, even through the ultimates, like, because the Ravage came when there was really no follow-up whatsoever. Like, the Ravage combined with a Death Ward, for example, or combined with a Necro who would be alive, that would have been really, really bad for No Fear. But This way the Ravage was really just to prevent worse. Now, oh, we have an invisible centaur. He was just a tiny bit faster here on the invisibility rune, and Necro actually went for a 4-star. We have to look overall on the items. Like, that's also an interesting choice. Like, he could have gone for, I don't know, for a dagger. That would have been a nice initiation. Then again, he doesn't really go tanky. Oh, the Viper. Actually, nobody's gonna be in here. Oh, they focus on the Jakiro. But again, the Death Ward, at least doing quite some damage. It's zoning them out, but they use the mech, and yeah, with that mech it seems like nothing ever happened. Yep, I think they're gonna continue here in mid. The tower's really low, 145 HP, and why not? The Tidehunter actually not stuck in the Ancients, he's just chipping them away, and now we have a cask again here on the Venomancer. Now there's the small slow by the Poison Sting, but it's also just level 2, but oh, the Centaur finding him again. There is still the double edge ready, and they also found the Tidehunter farming at the Ancients, just being caught out there, and there will be so much slow just by the poison attack. It is enough to get him down. On the other side they rotate here still, but oh, that's a nice ice path. In the macro pyre it does not too much damage, all being just level 1. Oh, Necro coming in there. He actually has to use his 4-stuff here, or he's getting into trouble. The Nyx, okay, there is the ultimate on the Ember just to hold him back. It's another just defensive ultimate. In the end, the Jakiro is definitely going down, as well as the Necro. And now, oh, there was again the Ravage, but no follow-up. A second mech is coming out. Oh god, the double edge hitting onto Nyx. He doesn't get it. So in the end, they have to even care. No, that Tidehunter is going down as well. That is a horrible fight for NSC. Like, even with rotating back in, they were never 5, and the Ravage again was just used without any follow-up. There was just Nyx alive, but he was so low with the Nether Toxin of the Viper and all the tankiness. It just didn't happen. It just did not happen. And that of course opens NFD now. Here, a nice window to go for that tower. The tower is below 50% HP, so they might as well just take it away. The rotations will still take a while till NSC can actually do something against it. There's the lifestealer, of course. He is alive, but he should be more interested in farm. Like, he also didn't went for Midas. He didn't use his farm top to actually go for it. He wanted to fight early. We have a Sanj and drums on him, so he went just to, yeah, get some stats up. The Viper, well, working on that Arcanum Scepter, and oh my god, it is done. We have it. Arcanum Scepter, 21 minutes in, plus a mech on the Viper. Like, this Viper is really, like, the core of this game so far. I mean, the Ember, yep, he did quite some damage. He also finished his Battle Fury, but then again, if he's under focus and doesn't have a Remnant away, then he's still squishy because he doesn't have any stats. But this Viper, whoa, 1600 HP, plus the mech, plus now spammable Viper Strike. It really does hurt a lot. Now we have the Witch Dog actually fighting here. Plague Ward takes him quite some time until he actually gets it down. But yeah, I don't know what NSC is planning now. I think they have to align their ultimates just better to make something happen, because so far we haven't seen a single Ravage except for the first one that was supposed to be a kill. Everything else was just defensively and never with any follow-up. Like, Nyx was mostly dead, at least for the second Ravage, and the third one he was the only one alive. But the Necro ulti also being only used. Oh, we have a go here on the Necro in the mid. Where's the Blink? Just waiting for the Blink. He might actually get a stun on to... No, he waits for it. He wants to go for the Jakiro, and there's the double edge plus the Viper Strike. Easy going, and there's even the ultimate by the Venomancer, but they don't want to commit to this. There's also now the rotation of the Tidehunter with the Ravage being exactly now ready. So now they have to, of course, be careful, not fight under the tower with a Ravage up, but still, they have, yep, they have the Centaur, and it works out just fine for them all the time. Like, he's really responsible for those nice double hoof stomps. He even managed a lot of double edges. Oh, but again, here on the Witch Dog, he just wanted to ward this, but oh my god, he actually managed to get that ward up, so they see what's going here on the side, but the problem is, yeah, the kill still happens, so no death ward if they go for the Ravage. The Tidehunter actually going here for stacked Ancients, but he has to be careful. Like, if the Ember, for example, scouts him out, then there's an easy wraparound by the rest. And in the mid, yeah, we're gonna have some Plague Wards being spammed. I don't know, the Ember just going for a solo project here. This time he has a Remnant away, or yeah, the Remnant here passively used, so he can get out there anytime he wants. In the mid, they're just chipping away those towers. Look at it. It's slow but it is effective. And now, actually, we might have to go here. Is there a disruption? No? Okay, that's pretty interesting. He got force stuffed in, or was force stuffed in, but they go again on the Chikira. There's a Soul Catcher up on it, and double edge. Perfect. The cask from uphill still stunning him, and the Ember is going for the Titan, getting a little harass damage now. Over the Remnant, he's going balls deep in, but oh my god, that ultimate, and the ward is still channeling so much damage now here on the center, but there's a defensive disruption. Now actually they might go for the Witch Dog. No, definitely not. Okay. The center also getting out, because unfortunately we have no Maledict. He went for not even 1 point in Maledict. It's too bad, but still, the Death Ward being still like an insane damage source here for NSC, at least driving them out. But good reaction there on the Shadow Demon. Nevertheless, they lose their core, the Ember Spirit. I think that dive was a bit deep, like against the Tidehunter with Ravage if he wanted to, but he even held back on that Ravage. We have to look in the crafts again, like how much lead does NFD have? Okay, 7,500. It's a bit stagnating here at the moment, at least in the last 2 minutes. When it comes to gold, oh well, there it is, 10,000. That's in the 24th minute, like, and you know the statistics. Like, if you manage to actually get like a 15 or 20k lead before the 30th minute, like, your chances to win the game, at least statistically, are pretty high. And yeah, it's looking good for NFD, especially the initiation with the center is working out. But I'm still waiting till NSC actually commits a full fight. I want to see that Ravage, I want to see the Death Ward at the same time, and of course the Necro using an ultimate on someone who's actually gonna die and actually is gonna get the effect of the ultimate to feel like, I mean, you're out for a long time, and unfortunately we haven't seen that yet. NFD, like, there was barely any kill by the Necro. We have to actually look at how many kills did the Necro get so far. 3 kills, but I think only 2 of them were with the Necro ultimate. Like, the last one was with the Necro ultimate for sure. Everything else was just taken over or death pulls. So it's really bad because that ultimate is so effective, like especially when it gets later in the game. Let's see. He's not working towards our Arcanum Scepter, which is, I don't know, kind of disappointing at the moment. He's level 14, so we're gonna have the level 3 ultimate pretty much soon, but the tier 2 tower just falling right now, and yep, NSC, they find themselves pretty much pinned down. At least they have some vision when it comes here to those wards. Also another ward in the jungle, but there's also like here a Radiant ward just looking if there's anything going, and yep, it's pretty much a standoff here, with the Centaur being always a nuisance because of this blink initiation. They have to be careful. At least, yeah, Necro is finding some farm here at the same time, but the problem is, yeah, Lifestealer. He needs to farm. Tier 1 tower being killed, and let's see. I mean, he's at least level 13, but still, like, his farm could definitely be better, but yeah, he's doing quite okay. NFD, they decide to go into Roshan. It is Roshan time. He's already really low, but they also lose a lot of HP. Like, if we have now a Ravage on this Rosh Pit, that would actually matter quite a lot. Maple is tanking this all away. Is he also the one? No, Ember is gonna pick it up, and oh, there was a Frost Path, but it's not hitting anything, and it's Ice Path, by the way. Why I'm saying Frost Path, I'm also always confusing it, especially in games when there is Lich and Shakira. Frost Path, Ice Path, Frost Blast, Ice Blast. Oh god. I'm curious what NSC communicate right now with each other, like, because I really think, like, if they would have guessed that Roshan, that would have been a nice fight with the Ravage and the Ember and the Viper, their cores being really low. That would have been interesting to fight, but it seems like they're holding back. But unfortunately, if we look at the crafts again, like, okay, when it comes to experience, actually NSC is picking up a bit. Like, after a small gold loss, we have NSC still losing more and more, and NFD is just advancing. Now we have actually a haste run here on Venomancer, and the Venomancer, oh, it's such a nuisance. Everywhere those plague wards, poison staying on everyone, and with the haste run you can't even get him. It's pretty nice what, I mean, No Fear is doing here at the moment. The Ember, just sniff it. He's farming here and there. I mean, he had quite some strange plays at the start where he committed like he has 2k HP pool, but now he's already saying hello to the tier 3 tower, which means NSC, they have to decide, do we go and prevent this Ember from doing more even to our tower, or do we fight top here? That fight will sooner or later come. There is a gem now on the Venomancer, and Venomancer is just one of the best D-warding heroes now. We have maybe a go on the Ember Spirit. Now he's just using his Remnant. This time he had a defensive one, so yeah, he forced NSC away from the tower. That means top, they can commit to this tier 2 tower. There is not a lot of plague wards coming. Oh, actually, no, he's putting them in the way of the next creep wave. Also interesting, so at least they're slowed down a bit. The Witch Dog, again, Witch Dog versus Plague Ward, that takes the time. Oh, but now, do we have a go here? Is there a slow? Yep, there's actually a slow on the Viper, but there's the ultimate. It is onto no Ravage yet, no nothing. But in the background, we have the center already opening on the Witch Dog. One is down. Now he has to be careful. Oh, he's getting the Ravage off, but dying at the same time. There is this ultimate of the Necro. It's getting through, actually, this time getting a kill, but at the same time, the Naix is down, and now it's just the Necro as the last man standing, while also the tier 2 tower is getting just chipped away by the residual wards. Yep, the wards is gonna get it. No, unfortunately the Venom not getting the last hit, but it's a 4-on-1 trade plus a tower on top, and with the mech you just saw there, yep, they can just continue. They have so much sustain, 2 arcanes plus the mech, like you don't get them away. And I think it was also a strange target to go for the Viper. Like the most tanky hero of all was the target of the Lifestealer, and now, oh my god, the chains here on the Necro. He's getting 4 stuffed away. The Gale, that's why he's actually missing, but oh, the Death Ward doing at least quite some decent damage, but again, without Maledict, and oh my god, Necro is definitely dying into those remnants, but there's the Aegis at least being used. The Poison Stick, it's, oh my god, there's even the Viper Strike. Does he want to go for more? Yep. He's getting the kill directly under the fountain. Unfortunately, the chain's not hitting on the Witch Dog, but now Naix actually chipping away. Defensive Disruption coming up, and Tidehunter can't really do anything. Now the chains hit on him, and just the right clicks should be enough. Oh, there's Ravage being used, but oh, the Ember, remember you don't have Aegis anymore, but he's sitting here on the Witch Dog. Witch Dog is actually going down, but now the Ember is definitely gonna die, but oh, the Viper Strike on the Tidehunter. It should not be enough. The Viper Strike was actually on the Naix. It was just a small glitch, but the Viper diving directly under the tower, going balls deep here. I think it's time to call the GG. 28 and 12, 13 minute. Like when it comes to gold, we exceeded the 15k as well as an XP. The top racks are down. They haven't given up yet, but I think they can't really come back against this sustain. The Ember bought back actually, and the Viper committing to the fountain dive. That's the best sign that the game is pretty much over. They chip away here this tier 3 tower in the mid. Not much the NSC can do now. But let's see. Maybe they still have some Joker in their hand with a nice turnaround fight. Actually, the Ember. Oh, that he used his Remnant at least. But I don't know. They cannot catch up to him. That's the biggest problem at the moment. Some blinks are coming out, but if no fear, those US players, if they want to, they can really play it slowly. They could just slow siege the entire thing. Oh, there's a go on the Naix. There's the Hoofstorm already coming out, and well, so much. They disrupt him shortly before he dies, and he still goes down in the end. Oh, the Death Ward, a lot of damage, but Remnant away. The cast still doing 1 stun, but now all the blinks out. The Tidehunter, he has Ravage if he wants to, but again, nicely spread out here by No Fear. In the end, they just lose their core, their main core actually, and they go back. So, ultimate, a lot of things would be ready, but again, another disruption here, and it's also pretty annoying because, of course, they have the Heartstopper aura now. Oh, well. I don't know, it's really working out for No Fear. They can really do slow siege, and the 2 supports, they're being such a nuisance. We have Shadow Poison plus the Poison Sting, Gale, and the ultimate. The only downside at the moment of the Venomancer is he does not have a lot of mana. Like, he's spamming those wards, but he doesn't have like anything. Oh, chains, he tried to get the chains on the Chuck hero, but yeah, he just got interrupted before. Oh, the Gale also not hitting, but at least they find the Chuck hero. He's going down with the Viper Strike, plus of course double edge, and now oh, Necro doing something, maybe ultimate on the tower, and oh, but he's just going away. Maybe now we have the ultimate before he's the defensive disruption, still getting the entire thing through. So Viper still alive, and oh my god, it's a 2 for 1 already. Now we have Infest here, so the Naix lives for quite some time still. There's a buyback on the Titana, but he's coming directly back again. Viper Strike on the Lifestealer. It's nothing he can do. He's slowed. It's going through. The Tide died in the meantime, and now if that rage fades, they can easily do something. Maple, well, he has to be careful though. Not much HP. He could still use, the Viper Strike. Oh, but the Necro at least getting that kill. They're fighting the Death Ward, not doing any damage whatsoever. Now the Necro actually following here on the Shadow Demon, but Demonic Purge is just slowing him down, and now he's even getting kited. It's really funny. The Shadow Demon is really just playing around, but oh my god, he might do actually a mistake, because there is Soul Catcher and everything, plus the Shadow Poison. He actually solos the Necro. There was no Ice Path by the Chakira, no Force Staff forward by the Necro, plus the Death Pulse. I think they could have killed each other at the moment. Like with a right click plus a Death Pulse, that would have been a kill on the Shadow Demon, but Shadow Demon doing quite a nice work, kiting the Necro. So in the end, Tier 3 tower is going down, the racks still stand, and I don't know, NSC not giving up. At least they have a very patriotic attitude. They just don't want to give up, they want to fight this. But look at the items, even on the supports. We have to look at all the items. There's nothing really crucial coming out. I mean, the Tidehunter now having like a 30 minutes Blink Dagger, it's not the fastest, obviously. And I don't know, I don't think his initiation would be much better, because he's using the Ravage very, very late all the time. But let's see, maybe with that Blink initiation and Ravage, they can actually do something. At least the kills on NFD sides, they yield a lot of gold and experience at the moment, because obviously they're so ahead when it comes to experience. Like, we have to look at the graph again. Experience, that's 15k, so yeah, those kills, everything counts. It's really a high value kill. 20k gold advantage as well in 35 minutes. And let's see, in the mid, it seems like they gather, even though the two cores are here in the bottom lane, so it seems like they want to push out both lanes at the same time. Well, of course, the Venomancer is going to take a stand here in the mid, and now, oh god, even the Pipe of Insight is now coming out. So a Pipe, and the funny part is also Hood of Defiance on the Shadow Demon as well. So we have a Pipe plus a Hood, plus of course also the Viper being tanky just automatically by Corrosive Skin and Harder to Rask. Okay. So they're going for all the tankiness. Ember doing quite some damage just with the chains plus the crit of Daedalus here. It's quite interesting. Oh, he has a Remnant away, but he's trying to do some damage before. And oh, there's the Demonic Purge here on the Necro, but still nothing really to follow up. It's also too hot for the Tauren to go in there. They could maybe go for something. Oh, the Tauren actually going in there. Hoofstomp, but he's not going for the double Ash. That's pretty interesting. In the meantime, we have the Viper here chipping away the range track, so they have to prevent that. Range track's actually going down. The Tidehunter, maybe we see now some nice engage. No, Infest coming out. Now we have the Ravage, and what do they focus on? There is nice the Necro ulti. This time getting a kill here on the center. So I don't know if there's a buyback coming, but Jakiro really being low now. Oh, Witchdog also being low. The Viper is just chipping through. So Lifestealer is the next target with that last Sleight of Fist. They get him. Tidehunter is the last survivor with the Necro, but the Necro is being chased here at the moment by the Venomancer. With the next Blink Dagger, I think he could get him. There's negative earn charge. Oh, he's trying to get in range for the Death Pulse, but nice blink out. In the end, they get the kill, and yeah, there's the GG call. 36 minutes. NSC, like, at least on paper, the draft and everything, it looked nice, but I think their passiveness that gave the Americans here the advantage in the early game, and from there on, that was a snowball just rolling their way, and it's nothing they could do. It's really bad to see, because I really thought, like, with the level 6 on the offlaner, we see some rotations in, but we had almost a 10 minutes, 12 minutes standoff in mid game where nothing really happened, and all that time was just much better used by No Fear Dota, and therefore they win the game. But the entire thing, guys, it's a best of 2, and therefore game number 2 will be up in just a